I love the idea of like Joey not knowing like the history of that place, so he goes and like, we're here, we're at the redneck spot. And the guy's like, and this is where the slaves were chained to the wall. And he's like, what the what? What? No way! I thought this was from the video game.
Yo, Chad, I did not know this is
Whoa! Oh my God, we're back. That's crazy. It took a long time.
We were frozen.
But the boys are back. Real quick, let's go over the time. It's been about a month since we actually shot one of these, which is probably the longest we've gone without shooting one of these. I think in actuality it's probably like 21 days or something like that.
Yeah, it's not really a month, but you know,
it's
we're back.
Close to a month.
We're back from 1986 and we're ready to.
I was also doing some thinking earlier. This might have been the longest I went without seeing Dylan, which was painful for me, but I made it through, which is okay. But we're back. It's $2.99. You probably thought we were quit, right? You were like, oh, they're done. They finally
I didn't even pick a nice number.
Nah, we're this close to 300. We'll quit after, all right? But point is, we made it. We're still here. Go fuck yourself, haters. Welcome to the Joystick Show. It's been a minute. I'm still trying to get back into the swing of things. I don't know about you guys, but I missed it. I know some of you were out on like vacation and stuff, but I was twiddling my thumbs at home like, man, there's nothing to talk about.
I forgot how to speak, honestly.
Yeah,
it's got the vacation half over there. Vacation cam.
Absolutely.
On the top.
Fucking, we should have zoomed the Joystick Show. That's what we should have done. But before we get into anything, like this episode, subscribe to Team Joystick.
Subscribe.
This is what we're talking about. It's gonna be a lot of stuff because it's been a minute, and that's the spiel. So a lot of us have been a lot of places. I mean, fucking Florida, Portugal, Denver, Salem, Massachusetts, New Orleans, and only 2 of us traveled, which is fucking insane.
Yeah, right.
So let's swing it on to the travel side of the table and find out what you guys are up to.
Yeah.
Where did you go?
Okay, I guess I'll start. I guess I was not the first one to leave, but I think I had the most momentous.
Yeah,
occasion,
I mean it was your honeymoon.
Yes,
bro.
yeah. My honeymoon that has been. Like people think when you go on your honeymoon, like everyone was like, "Oh, so you got married like a week ago?" Like, no, it's not like that.
I feel like that's how it used to be.
That's how it was in the movies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All the fake movie shit, like tree houses and other shit in the movies that wasn't actually real.
You guys don't have tree houses?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Tree houses are like very rare.
Yeah.
But in movies, it's like a key plot point to all these movies. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. Guys, what is the first thing I talk about when I go on vacation?
Tree houses.
No.
Food?
The airport.
Yes.
The lounge.
Jerry, yes. Because we had an overnight flight, my wife decided to upgrade our flight with points to first class.
Sheesh.
Also known as Delta One. I think it's stupid that they rebrand all the first classes.
You're the fucking president.
Yeah. No, I hate it. Just name it first class. Name it whatever the company is. First class. Make it dampens the experience. I don't know if you guys have ever flown first class before.
Never.
Private security. You walk in, you go to the right, there's a red carpet leading the TSA exclusively for you and only you. Maybe whoever else is flying first class, but usually it's only you. The TSA agent picks up your bag for you. They compliment you. They
Nice.
I'm like, why is TSA being nice to me?
Yeah, right.
They're usually yelling and sweaty. No, they're fucking.
That's where they save the nice TSA workers.
Exactly.
For
I
first
like your
class.
mustache, sir. Damn. Yeah, exactly. And
Howdy
then,
there.
I don't know. He wasn't Southern. Very sorry.
You're telling me that the first class TSA agent at JFK wasn't a Southern man?
No, he was not.
Howdy, y'all. Welcome to John F. Kennedy International Airport, Terminal 4.
Oh, my gosh. But the best part about first class is that you get access to the Delta One Lounge, which has like a buffet, all the stations, 3 bars, a restaurant inside, a spa.
Jesus.
Yeah. The spa was closed when we got there. However, we were able to use a massage chair that massages your entire body. So you just fucking rolling around. Fantastic. I hit up the buffet and then also had the restaurant. So then it was time to board. So I was like fucking nauseous. And now they're like bringing out all this food because they're first class. So they're like, oh, you get a drink and a snack and then yogurt and then the food and then secondary food before you land. And I'm like just waking up after 30 minutes of sleep and like, damn, get this fucking food away from me. Like I'm like so upset.
Too much food.
In theory, it would work. It didn't really work for the 6-hour flight because I didn't really sleep much. I watched Nirvana, the show, the band, the movie.
Nice.
Oh, I wanted to check that out.
Yeah, very good, very fun. Kind of like very like Tom Green, Eric Andre influence.
Tim and Eric.
White as Kids, you know. That kind
That's
of
sort of
vibe.
like how would you describe it? Like an independent sketch comedy feel, but still like big leagues, if that makes sense.
Yes, but also like Man on the Street, kind of jackass kind of stuff going on. Also, very good movie, but I rewinded it like 3 times because I was like I couldn't follow it, being asleep and trying to have this Asian man trying to shove food down my throat at this plane. But finally, I ended up in Porto, Portugal. Porto would be like the Seattle, San Francisco kind of vibes, you know,
where the
very
cool
hilly.
people are.
Yeah. Very artsy, hilly. There's a trolley that runs through. You know, it's very nice. One of those days we went to the Douro Valley, which is where they make port wine. Every region of Portugal has their own wine. And Porto, I'll show the camera.
Whoa.
Oh, I can see that's why now. I see like the light passing through the bottle.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not excited for this.
No,
It looks
really?
good.
No.
I like wine.
Okay, why are you not excited for it?
I'm not much of a drinker. Dylan also told me how much percentage is in this, and I can only imagine that when something has that high of percentage in it, it's not gonna taste good at all. So
Wait, how much is it?
20%.
It's not that. That's normal.
But it's a wine.
Wine is like 15, right?
Wine is usually like 13, 14. I'd say take a little bit because it's like a dessert wine.
Well, you've had it, right?
Yes.
And how is this?
It is. So basically, I have a fun theory before we drink it and cheers.
It's an interesting color.
I have a fun little theory about this.
Take half of one.
So basically, people on the tour thought I was funny because I was basically like, if we could make a wine that's like extra sweet and 20%, why are we making other wines?
That's true.
Like, why do we make a wine that's 12% and tastes like shit? Why would we choose to do that?
That's very true. And then they laughed at you like,
Oh, and they were like, oh, there's difference. Yeah.
This fucking guy.
Cheers.
Salud.
Wow.
That's really good.
That is
Wow.
really, really good.
Yeah.
It has like the taste of a white wine, but it's
I'm gonna sip
Red?
on
I
it.
just feel like I drank a raisin, and I'm not.
I
mad
was
at
literally about to say it tastes like a raisin.
it. And I love raisins, so I'm not mad at that. That's
yo.
I mean, technically speaking,
It's different.
Raisins
We're
are
gonna
dried
get-
grapes,
It's
and
true,
wine is
yeah.
made of grapes.
So-
Raisin wasted.
So this was a tour that started at 7 a.m. where we hit up 4 different
Oh,
wineries.
that sounds
and
fun.
And we went on a
Jerry the
on a
wine
boat.
guy.
Beautiful. And we went on a boat where we tried this wine, and we were like, we gotta find this fucking wine wherever it is. They ended up having it at almost every airport, so we lucked out. It's not the rarest thing. This is basically a tawny, which is essentially where they like leave it in the cask and age.
Okay.
There's other ones where they bottle and then they literally just leave it there for like 40 years, 50 years. Those ones are a lot of money
Of course,
I can imagine.
because they just leave it there. But this is 10 years and they just have it on rotation, so they just keep making more and more. So it's not the rarest thing. It's pretty low.
Did you get to taste test the really, really old ones?
We got like one sip of a really old one, and it was like you really get. But there's also different like versions.
really taste the
Yeah,
old.
there's different fucking versions. So there's port, tawny. Then there is like ruby, which is like red, like almost like think like a rosé almost. And then you have white porto, which is white port, which is like very weird. I wouldn't even recommend that because it's just weird. You also have green wine, which isn't actually green. It's like a white wine that's just like fruity, and they call it that. And it's like the region is like the green region. And then you also have red and white wines that aren't port wine because they don't like everything in Portugal is like super like government subsidized stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like it has to fall between like 18.2 and 22%, or else it falls out of port wine contention. You got to call it something else. So they actually want to usually make it lower percentage.
Can you buy this here?
Probably.
I was about to ask.
A glass of this will have me feeling silly.
Kopke?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
There's other brands if you ever want to do it. I recommend one from Portugal because essentially, by the time it gets here, like we get the bad wine. Essentially, we get wine that like isn't even proofed yet, and then they're like hoping by the time it travels here,
Can I see the
it gets
bottle?
a little proof. Yeah, of course.
Just want to match it.
And you can see this Kopke, IBU. There's like different things. Anyways, after Porto, we did a lot of stuff in Porto, but after there, another note would be that we went to the Imperial McDonald's, which is just a very fancy McDonald's. Ooh. We went at 2:30 in the morning, and it was packed. That's like the drunk meal for the people of Portugal. To go get McDonald's after like a night out. After though, we went on I wouldn't call it a bullet train, but a very fast train that goes from Porto to Lisbon. Very nice. We missed our stop, but then the next stop was like a minute away, so we were good. No worries. Lisbon's very fun. I would say it's more like the New York, Boston type vibe. Hotter, of course, but I would say definitely New York. Like, best food. It's the place where people want to go. Everyone travels. I kind of made a joke that like people in Portugal, they don't really go anywhere else. They kind of just travel to other places in Portugal. And I was like, that's stupid. And then I thought about Americans traveling to mostly Florida and all these other places in America, and that's most of the travel. So it isn't that stupid. It actually makes so much fucking sense. It makes a lot of sense.
I cracked it. You have to go all the way to Ithaca to buy this. So.
Wow.
Ithaca or Port Chester.
Put it away. Yeah, no, it's lovely.
You have to go to Port Chester?
Yeah, like PC Chris. The PC's for.
Actually, Port Chester's not that bad. Ithaca's bad.
No, yeah, Port Chester's like. Is Port Chester upstate?
That's like it's like New Rochelle,
Westchester.
Connecticut. It's like on the Connecticut border.
Okay. Gotcha.
However, we had a second tour on our trip. The first tour, no offense to the people we went on the wine trip with, but they were kind of some duds. You know what I mean? Okay. They were a little boring. Belgian couple, and then a lesbian couple originally from Michigan, now New York. No offense to them, it was early. I get it, whatever, but not the most fun group. However, the group we got for the Sintra trip, which is like an hour away from Lisbon, the nicest, best people I could ever ask for, including two fucking lads. One guy from Britain, one guy from Scotland, who was half Scottish, half Trini. Who he looked like JC. He looked like Bobby's height, Jason Momoa. Like he looked kind of crazy. I was like, what the fuck is going on? But these guys were the funniest fucking dudes. No matter where we went, they somehow found a beer. I don't know how, but like
amazing.
we pulled up on the side of a mountain. Somehow they come back with a beer. Like, sup lads? I'm like, how the fuck did you guys get a beer? And then even then, like at the last stop, we were like, oh, they didn't get a beer this time. And it's like, oh, we chugged it on the way back. And I'm like, oh, awesome. But basically, Sintra is like this old village, and then at the top of a mountain, you'll just see like the remnants of a castle. And it's like, yeah, we're gonna go up there. And I'm like, oh, okay. So you basically go all the way up, and then you park the car, and then you pay for your ticket, and then you walk all the way up, and then it's just like a palace. Basically, the lore of this place is that the king built this for his queen. She passes away before he could finish, but he makes it his like life dream to finish this palace. Has a second wife who lives in the palace and hates her because he actually was in love with the first wife. But it's like a beautiful palace. It's hanging off the cliff. I have a lot of photos where it looks like people are walking into the clouds, but it's just like, no, it's just built that way. There's like a cold side and a hot side, which I was like, oh, haha, really funny. And it's like, no, literally one side of the building is freezing, and then the other side of the building outside is like hot. So it doesn't, it's the way it like the sun hits it or whatever. But I'm like, this is fucking weird. We were joking with the British dudes the whole time when we were in the gardens, because when we paid for our ticket, next to us there was a blind dude. And we were like, what the fuck is he? You know, like, and I don't want to be offensive because it's like, you know, he probably
No,
sees
you know,
shadows.
you're on a sightseeing
He
tour.
has partial vision probably. He has the story of the guide talking. He wasn't with us, of course, but another group, and we were just like, did he pay full price? Like, I really hope. I really did. We were just joking back and forth, and the one guy we were on the trip with, we had a couple from Saskatchewan. They were farmers from Canada. And our man was an older guy who was just really liked trees.
Wow, look at that castle.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Hold up.
What a
Oh,
wonderful...
we don't have the stuff up in like this,
Up
eh?
in
We don't have stuff like this
Saskatchewan.
in Canada, eh?
Hey.
Not like this, eh?
It's
Oh,
the
this
people
is
who
so
talk
beautiful.
really folky, yeah.
The people, eh? Like, he very like just talking about that, loving asking what each tree is, and then I see Bernardo, our guide, on his phone, like, what's a sequoia tree? Like, Googling it, he's trying to explain it. Portuguese is like the weirdest fucking language. It's like the weirdest thing you'll
It's
ever
like
hear.
drunk Spanish.
It's like Spanish, and then they were like, we don't want them to know what we're talking about. What if we sounded like Sean Connery real quick? And then, you know, because there's a lot of cascade, you know, it's a lot of like,
Yeah.
you talk here and up. So it's like back of the, it's not like they say like Arabic, it's like back of the throat. This is like upwards.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a very weird language to speak. But yeah, Lisbon was a fantastic time. After Lisbon, I would also say Lisbon has the best food. The food was fantastic. That was also a place where the hotel was really, really nice. We had like a 5-star, the Tivoli. It's like a chain of hotels in Europe. If I ever go to Europe again, I'm staying at the fucking Tivoli. That shit is luxurious. After the Tivoli, we went down the Faro, which is like the beach town. We just fucking rotted. We had a resort, and we just sat on the beach.
Hell yeah.
At the pool, rotted away. Indoor pool, outdoor pool, back, spa, indoor, outdoor. Like, we were just hopping around. So I don't even have much notes. I really like that place. There was like a little beach town that had like your like shirts. I heart black cock.
Yeah.
I heart sushi. Like really bad shirts. My favorite was I heart fuck.
Dylan was telling me about this, and I was very upset he didn't.
I didn't buy the
purchase
shirt.
me this, but it's okay.
Because there was one that was I heart fucking, and I'm like, that's not funny.
No,
That's
I
just
heart
fucking.
fuck.
But there was just like there was actually a really nice hat. I should have bought it. And it was just like a really poorly embroidered rooster, and then it just said cock in really small letters, like fractionally small. That you had to be like, what does that say? Oh, it says cock. But yeah, Faro Albufeira, very nice. I talked about this with the guys too, that one of my favorite foods was piri piri chicken, which I have to find the authentic place that makes it in New York, because that shit is phenomenal. Just like over the coals chicken. We went to the place that like invented it, and it was like the best vibes ever. We went to like a parking lot in the sand. You turn, and there's just like 500 people in a field waiting for the chicken. We thought it was gonna be like 2 hours. It was like 40 minutes. It was amazing. After Faro, we went to the Azores. Fun fact about the Azores, guys, landing at the airport, you have a 50% chance. The other 50% chance you got to take right back up. So no one told me this. So we fly for an hour into the Atlantic Ocean, into fucking clouds the entire time. We land on this island and just go right back up. And I'm like, what the fuck? Everyone's like laughing. Oh, ha ha ha. And I'm like, this isn't fucking funny.
Can you
This is
explain
not
this
funny.
right now?
And then the pilot, of course, every time they have to like, they never give like what really happened. They're just like, due to unsafe circumstances, we had to not land. And I'm like, that doesn't tell me fucking anything. Was there a cow on the runway? What happened? But anyways, we go back around, try again. Surely enough, we land well this time. I don't know if the pilot just fucked up. I don't know if he caught on the autopilot too late, too windy. I don't know.
Cow.
But 50-50 chance. I saw a lot of fucking cows. This is the most beautiful place, but if it means that I have to do multiple attempted landings in the year of our Lord 2026, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm okay. But what a beautiful place. Very like Hawaii vibes. They basically hire like thousands of people on the island to just plant gardens and be farmers. So there's just like beautiful plants and farmland everywhere. I would recommend every single one of you to go to Portugal. And I kind of want more port wine, but I didn't even finish it.
Awesome.
It's beautiful.
Glad to have you back, pal.
Absolutely. I'm
Sick.
so glad to be back. And then I immediately went to Colorado, and then I came back and then did a bunch of job interviews. So I have had like 3 weeks of busyness when I was supposed to have vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that. But I had a good time. I had a good time.
No, so it's been a while. I've noticed that when we were like playing a lot of games, I was like, I haven't seen or heard from Dibble in a while, which is good because you're enjoying your honeymoon. But I knew that you were gonna have a lot to share when you came back.
What have you been up to?
I also went on a trip trying things and places. I went to New Orleans, which I've been wanting to go for a while because of a lot of the history. There's a lot of vampire stories that take place there. I love the cemeteries. I played a Walking Dead game that took place in New Orleans, and the hideout was in a cemetery with all the tall infrastructures. And it was definitely one of the places I wanted to visit. So my girlfriend and I, we went to New Orleans, and we stood at this really nice hotel. And we found out that across the street from the hotel was the cafe that your girlfriend told us to go hit up, Beignet Cafe.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, wow, it's like right here. And then upon realizing, walking around the French Quarter, which is their popular town in New Orleans.
Cafe du Monde?
No, Cafe Beignet. That's what it's literally called. Upon walking around, that is that's like their Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah. Cafe Beignet is fucking everywhere. You can't go a few minutes without seeing beignets and the smell of coffee.
Did you go to Cafe du Monde though?
I did not. I did not see that one.
What the fuck, bro? We're gonna talk about this off podcast, but go ahead.
Whatchamacallit, the first thing that we did when we landed, we got settled, and our first night we had a vampire tour. It was interesting. We met up at the St. Louis Cathedral, and our tour guide was a very theatrical kind of person. Like, welcome everybody, I'm this guy.
He was actually
was that really skinny guy with the long black hair? That
yeah,
okay.
I put him in the chat so you could throw him up there. He was interesting, and I did learn some interesting stories that are factual. Like I googled them afterwards, and it's like police records of guys like kidnapping people and like drinking and draining blood. And you don't know if, these are vampire stories or this is just some crazy-ass guys that are just like, I'm going to try this shit. Mm-hmm. But either way, it was very interesting. But after a while, the theatrics kind of did annoy me. Like, of him going, and this is what's happening, and then people would be like this. And then as he's, like, talking, people would drive by and be like, ooh. I actually, mocking him.
I don't know if this is a hot take, but I kind of love the cadence that a lot of the horror, because I usually, the Colorado was, like, the only time I didn't go on, like, a ghost tour, but, like, I love the cadence. Because it's almost like transatlantic, but spooky. And I absolutely love that shit. And we have this. It's so good. I love it.
I was telling Nicole that it's almost like they're singing.
Yeah.
And we have a Gothic influencer from New York, Voltaire. He speaks the same way. It's like, hey, everyone, I'm going to talk this. But that's it got annoying after a while, and I was kind of like, all right, wrap it up, buddy. Wrap it up. We ended the tour at a bar where he was talking about the best hurricanes. He's like, this is literally the best spot for a hurricane. Everyone else has it like already pre-made in like a spritz already, and he goes, but these guys make it right there in front of you. I found out that I freaking love hurricanes. It's like it was created in New Orleans. It's a drink mixed with passion fruit, light rum, dark rum, lime juice.
Everything is in it.
And I want to learn how to make it. I tried making it, and it tasted pretty close to what Nicole and I had, but I tried hurricanes and I loved them. I've tried beignets, like at every spot that had beignets. They're very like how I describe to people that never had a beignet but are from New York. I was like, you ever had Zeppelis at like a town? There's Zeppelis. They're like,
this is why I'm a little upset. Okay, Beignet Cafe is like a chain of beignet spots that are over there. Cafe du Monde is like the best beignet spot in the original world. Like the creator of the beignet, like line around the block just to eat beignets at this place. So it's like you chose to go to like the fucking Dunkin' Donuts of beignets when it's like you were there. You know what I mean?
Oh damn!
Like they sell their beignet mix internationally because that's how much people eat this shit. So
Cafe Beignet does it too, but I told
no they don't.
They do it too, but I told Nicole that I would love to come back. We were supposed to have 4 days, and instead we had 3 because of a flight delay. but I've never been really connected so much to art and music than being in New Orleans. Like, one street was just dedicated to artists, sculptures, painters, like you name it. And Nicole and I ended up buying a lot of art. Like, I bought a print of these like ghosts dancing near like a swamp area that was really pretty. It caught my attention. Nicole got I think like a pack of stickers. We got this dagger. It was like a vampire dagger. You put it on the wall, and it literally looks like in case of vampire attack, like dagger. You just pull it off the wall. So we thought that was cool. We wanted to take it too. I did try some food. I tried gumbo on a steamboat. Gumbo is just a mix of like everything in a soup.
Yeah, gumbo.
But the soup has like a smoky taste.
It's good. I love gumbo.
I wasn't that crazy about it.
I
had
gumbo.
like
it has a smoky taste because of the sausage.
That's
the
what
broth,
it was.
The broth. I found this out because I went to a Creole place and this was it. And I had a bite with the sausage and I was like, damn, that's smoky. And then I had a bite without the sausage and I was like, that's where.
It had a smoky taste, which is something I'm not used to when it comes to
Did
like
you have
anything.
jambalaya?
Nope.
That's where it's at.
I didn't have that.
It's jambalaya is gumbo but over rice.
With rice.
Ooh.
But I like it because it's closer to like Caribbean like rice and meat.
Oh, cool. That's dope. Like I said, I would love to go back because Nicole and I really did enjoy ourselves. I went to Oak Alley Plantation when we were looking.
What? No.
Yeah. When we were looking into like what things to do out there, I was looking at all the like the thumbnails, this and that, and I saw Oak Alley Plantation. And I was like, wait a minute, and I open it and I do some Google searches, and I'm like, babe, this is the manor in Red Dead Redemption 2. I was like, I want to see this place. I'm like, what the hell? I want to go check this place out. So obviously, I wanted to be respectful. There is a sad history of there, slavery and everything.
Yeah,
that stuff.
But Joey's like, Red Dead Redemption. Joey's in full cosplay. Like,
Nicole was like, you should bring your John Marston hat, and I was like, we are going to be learning about how terrible black people were treated at this place. I'm not going to be.
I just imagine like having like the tour guide like being like, and this is where they were captured and held for weeks at a time without food and very little water, and you're just like shooting shit.
Joey's like, I love the idea of like Joey not knowing like the history of that place, so he goes and like, we're here, we're at the Red Dead spot. And the guy's like, and this is where the slaves were chained to the wall, and he's like, what the what?
What?
No way! I thought this was from the video game.
Yo, Chad, I did not know.
I did. It's weird. There's a bar on the plantation grounds that I was like, Nicole was like, why is there a bar here? I said, I don't know, but I'm gonna get a drink and just like piss off the people that were here, like piss off the old ghosts that are fucking here. Yeah. Fuck these people. I was walking, it was interesting. Nicole was looking around and she was like, is the inside of the house the same layout as the video game? And I'm like, a bit. I see like the rooms are the same. The only difference is that the stairs went up and curved, whereas the stairs at the plantation just go straight up. Mm-hmm. And once we got upstairs, he was like, so if you take a note, we are now on the second floor. When the new owners of the house bought it in 1912, they remodeled the staircase. And I was like, what do you mean remodeled the staircase? And he goes, well, the staircase used to curve. And I immediately was like, I was like, they put like that it actually made Nicole realize, damn, Rockstar, like they had an old version of the house. They wanted to make sure that it was authentic. She thought that was interesting. I got a drink from the place, and my credit card, I have a cover of Resident Evil that the guy was like, oh, that's a cool card cover. And when he gave me the card back, I said, oh, so you play video games? And he was like, yeah. I was like, how many people come here because of, it's the house inspired by Red Dead Redemption? And he was like, dude, a lot. He was like, a lot of people. He says, we've seen people come in cosplay. We've seen people. Okay. And he was like, bro, I have a bad day at work. I pop in that mission. I burn this fucking place. I was like, that's funny. This
guy's a legend.
But it was, we learned a lot of history. But that was another thing that I was like, oh, that was cool. That was interesting to see. And last but not least, we did the cemetery tour. the cemetery tours is where I got this shirt, Bury Me Above Ground. They don't have any cemeteries that you bury underground because once you hit 2 or 3 feet into the ground,
it's like below sea level. Look what happened to Katrina.
So all their cemeteries are above ground. We learned how hot it is in there. We've seen some tomb houses that have X's on them, and they were like, it's said to believe that there were voodooists. Mm-hmm. There's one house and tomb that is unnamed. It's just bright blue compared to all the other white and stone. She says, we don't know who's in there, and she goes, and it kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies because there's no name. It's just bright blue. And she goes, and the people that work here say, I believe it's another voodooist.
Trivia question of the episode. You might know it. They may have said it. What famous celebrity bought a mausoleum in that cemetery for when he dies?
And they're still alive now.
Yeah. They're still alive now.
They already bought the property.
It's so weird. I was like, what?
And it's just about like the celebrity. Once you hear it, you're like, yeah.
Are they from there?
No.
I don't think so, no.
I Googled it. No.
Huh?
Will Ferrell.
No.
I don't know.
Are they an actor?
Yeah.
Yes.
Tom Cruise?
Nick Cage.
Oh.
Huh.
Weird.
When they said that, they were like,
bury me there.
Nicolas Cage has, and it's a giant, I have pictures, I'm going to show you everything. It's a giant white pyramid.
Yeah.
And I'm like, huh? And he was like, yeah, Nicolas Cage, he bought this. He's going to be buried here in New Orleans in this giant white
if I was
pyramid.
famous, I would do something like that.
In a pyramid. What shape is your tomb?
My tomb would be...
It's very phallic. Just a big cylinder with a little curved dome top at the end, you know. Maybe
green.
2 spherical bushes on the bottom on either side.
Yes. Mm-hmm. It's a mushroom, though.
No.
It's a mushroom.
It's a mushroom, but everyone will think
it's a mushroom tip.
It's a mushroom.
Nicole and I loved this one bar it looked like it were owned by this old white couple, but all the commercials, like they had like airing was like, it was all done homemade. Like you can see they all have their homemade costumes, like it was done in someone's basement or like green screen, and it was very cheapy looking, but all the bartenders and the workers there were like very chill and very funny. Nicole ordered a shark attack, and they make a big thing about it. They put a shark little toy in her drink, and they throw ice at us, and like make a big deal about it. I tried the grenades there, and then the last thing I wanted to do is, as a New Yorker and a lover of pizza, I wanted to find out which place had the best pizza. None of them.
Yeah, that's
them.
You don't do that in other places. You don't leave New York and then go, oh, I'm gonna get pizza.
I tried 3 different pizza spots. One of them even saying like New York slice pizza, and I was like, I gotta fuck you. I wasn't even hungry. I was like, this guy's fucking talking big name.
You had to go to Mother's, man. Mother's was good.
I went to Mother's.
Oh, did you?
Mother's was really good.
Told you, man.
Mother's was really good.
Give you a little ticket. You go in the back. What?
Word. It was like almost like Cat's Diner, but like not annoying.
Also, side note, I don't remember what it's called, and it's like very weird to shout it out because it's probably a chain anyway. But when we went as a group, one morning we were like really hungover, and we got like breakfast/lunch at the New Orleans or just like the southern chain of White Castle. And that shit was actually kind of banging. But what's funny is like the inside of it looks like hell. Like it looks like what you would expect that place to look at. Like dingy, light is flicking on and off. Like we should eat here.
What is it called?
I don't remember. I got to look into it. But it was like the same idea. The sliders and all that. The style food. Yeah.
Bro, I'm hungry for it. Last thing I'm going to say about New Orleans, that like it was our last night. The next night we were leaving. I told Nicole, for a whole street, like Bourbon Street, there's like you could just order a drink and drinking on the go, and there's drinks and this and
drinks
and there's smoke shops. It is so clean.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell? Like I was thinking, I really thought about it. Like just our streets here in general, they got like McDonald's bags and cups and coffee cups. Like people just throw shit on the ground. Bourbon Street, for all these alcoholics and like people high as out of their minds, that is a clean fucking street. And I thought to myself, damn, man, I don't know if it's just Southerners and being like, no, I gotta find the garbage. I need to find the garbage in the midst of their drinking. Because back in New York, I saw a little girl like open a candy wrapper and throw it on the ground. And I was like, man.
This is it. It's called Crystal with a K.
I'll
throw it out there.
Amazing. I would like that.
They were really good.
I would go to New Orleans again. Nicole was like,
I'm down.
Maybe we could have our what Dylan and Marianti had in New Orleans. That was fun.
Honestly,
bachelor party. I'm down.
I am Joey.
3 days.
Joey, I am
sloshed.
Get on it. I am so fucking. You do not. I am so down for that.
That'd be fun.
That would be a lot of fun. Yeah, just do like an Airbnb. Do like 2 of them or something. Just fucking ball
really
out.
Drunk. He does karaoke.
Coming out of my cage.
Jerry doesn't know any of the songs.
So I can segue this perfectly because I actually wanted to talk about a show that features, believe it or not, a Portuguese actor and a French Creole actor.
Whoa!
And it's called Drake and Josh. Portuguese actor Josh Peck and French Creole actor Drake Bell. No, yeah.
Okay,
did you miss my segue?
Continue. Yeah. Fucking continue.
Listen, long story short, I watched like a video essay a couple days ago, and it was like just like Drake and Josh. It wasn't really important. It was talking about Drake and Josh. But what is important is that I was like, yo, you know what I could watch right now? Some fucking Drake and Josh. So I put it on. It's on Paramount. I'm going through the episodes, and I realized that there's a lot of episodes missing, like a shit ton of them.
Well, I know about one infamous one that is banned from everything except for like a random website online.
A Drake and Josh episode?
Yeah.
Which one is that?
The Blues Brothers episode.
Well, no. Okay, so this is what I wanted to talk about.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
So I looked into it, and I was like, oh, are there like banned Drake and Josh episodes? So the short answer is no. There's no banned episodes, but there are a lot of episodes that were either taken down from streaming or syndication for like technical reasons. Like one of the bigger reasons across the board is music licensing.
Yeah.
My interpretation is like in season 1, they were like, oh, we don't know if this is going to go as far as it is. Let's use some tracks that, might have been some fucking stock music or whatever that they may have not had the rights to. So if you go back, a lot of season 1 is missing. And then other stuff is just like little things here and there. Like the Gary Coleman Grill episode is gone because of a contract dispute where they couldn't continue using Gary Coleman's likeness after his death, things like that. So I was like, oh, kind of interesting. But then I was like, oh, are there like other banned episodes of these Dan Schneider shows? And I found out that there are 2 banned episodes of iCarly, but aside from that, there is a heavy amount of episodes that have been censored. And it was specifically after the documentary aired 2 years ago, the Quiet on Set documentary with Drake Bell, where he talked about the abuse that he sustained. So basically, after that documentary came out, Nickelodeon went back and they chopped all of this shit up. Like they got rid of everything, bro. Like you go back and watch some of
feet or anything,
anything remotely sexual, adult, crude, it's gone. If it's like even slightly racist, it's gone. So long story short, there's a website where you can go buy like the show and it shows you like everything they cut out. So it's like, oh, Drake and Josh, like okay, fucking Zoe 101, okay, iCarly was a longer show, so it's like, oh, Victorious, bro, like a page and a half of shit that they just took away from the show.
Because they were like older in that show, so
bro.
like the show.
Everything. Like so-and-so gets cream shot on her face. It's gone. So-and-so says white girl. Gone. So-and-so makes a dick joke. Gone. Like that. Half that show is just censored at this point. It's fucking insane. But I found it interesting that there were just like even banned iCarly episodes in the first place. Apparently one is, and I remember this episode. It was an episode where Sam checks herself into a mental hospital because she has a crush on Freddie. And she's like, I'm going crazy. So they banned it because it kind of makes light of serious mental health issues. The other one, though, is an episode. I don't think I've ever seen this episode. And keep in mind, I'll be the first one to admit I've seen a lot of iCarly.
I honestly, I thought you have seen every episode.
That's what I saw. Literally, that's what I thought, too. But maybe this is because I watched it after it was taken off of syndication or whatever. But there was an episode where the A plot is Sam gets detained at the Canadian border for trying to smuggle fat cakes in. And the B plot...
Wait, I think I've seen this.
And the B plot...
That sounds so familiar.
...is Carly takes a bubble bath and gets her foot stuck in the faucet of the bathtub.
I kind of remember that.
So you just kind of take your pick with that one.
I've seen that, that really rings a bell.
Yeah, that rung a bell, and I don't even watch iCarly.
It just blew my mind. I was like, damn, they cut out so much of this.
Your mind, it blew?
It did. Also, there was even like certain things, more so in like the Victorious catalog, where there was some stuff that's like... It's not really outright offensive as much as they're like really trying to cover their bases. Like there's a scene where fucking I think Tori is trying to play an instrument that she's not good with. So Andre's character, Leon Thomas, is like, play that funky music, white girl, referencing play that funky music, white boy, like the song. Yeah. And Nickelodeon's like, cuts off right after music. Play that funky music, and it cuts so fast, you know. But they got rid of everything.
They did not play that funky music, white boy.
It's crazy. So, and on the topic, I kind of want to go back and see if they censored like other shows aside from just like the Dan Schneider Nickelodeon stuff. I didn't watch like the Disney stuff growing up, but I'm sure like a lot of the Cartoon Network shit we watched is censored. They got rid of the Panty Raid episode from fucking SpongeBob. So
I watched a lot of Zack and Cody, and I'm more than sure there has to be things that they took out from that.
I wouldn't be surprised because admittedly
they
I watched
Captain Underpants.
That is true, the book. I didn't watch any Disney Channel growing up.
Me
and
neither.
then dating Mildred, you know, she's a big Disney head. She every now and then we'll go back, we'll watch like an episode of Hannah Montana. None of them really interest me. Honestly, like I'll die on that hill. You can write in the comments.
Wizards kind of slaps.
No, I don't like it.
Wizard
slapped.
Zack and Cody legitimately makes me laugh.
Yeah.
Like there is some stuff and there is stuff in that show where you watch and you're like, oh, there's some like, you know, I wouldn't say perverse, but there's some adult humor in here that kind of snuck in. So I like it. It's cool. But shout outs to fucking these corporations for slashing our childhoods. We can stomach it. Look what happened to us. We're a great generation. There's nothing to be wrong. We're great. Absolutely fantastic. Speaking of that, I do want to segue to one last thing.
Well, I'm done. I don't got anything else.
Which has to do with our generation. I watched a pretty funny article today about AI, and more specifically AI use in school. So I was watching an article of this professor that came up with a genius way to catch if his students were using AI or not. So the dude has an assignment, let's just say it's like a paper, and it's going to be like 15 to 20% of the student's grade, right? So he sends the instruction list that they have to follow, and it has like all the bullet points. So like in your argument, include this, do your typical college shit. But what he did in secret is under one of the bullet points, in white text on a white background, he wrote, add the word Madagascar in a place that makes no sense at all. So the kids that just copied and pasted the instructions got a paper, he got it back, and as he's reading it, he's like, the problem with Madagascar in our country, like what the fuck, it makes no sense. 32 out of 35 of his students, bro. He failed 32 out of 35 of them. How crazy is that, bro? That's insane. Like, I'm sorry, but that's insane to me coming from a generation where the closest thing we had was like Spark Notes, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, the closest thing you could get to cheating was actually studying in 5 minutes before the test. You know what I mean? It's like,
that's actually a really good point.
And in fact, a lot of those websites are like going under, like literally Chegg and Quizlet.
Yeah.
Like they were public companies that went bankrupt essentially because people just use AI for that now.
Yeah.
And now colleges don't allow it. So now there's like a weird like, people are relying on AI already, even though it's not like it's in its infancy, kinda. But now you can't use it, so there's like this huge problem now.
I think AI should have never been to the public. Like we got all these like random things and people generating videos. Like it's like too much power, way too soon. I think.
Yeah.
Be like that.
Inquisitive.
Fucking. You know what? You know what we should do?
What?
We should do a jam and a yam of the week. It's been a while. Hell fucking yeah. Long while. Let's go ahead and bring out our phones.
I don't even need the look. I saw Noah Kahan live in Colorado. Those tickets in New York are like $500. We got them in Colorado for $200 with a $150 rebate. Works out. My song is Deny, Deny, Deny. Weird like Americana vibes instead of folk, but great song.
My song, I really enjoyed the new Spider-Man movie. My song's gonna go
to
Wolf
Like Me by TV on the Radio.
Yep, it is.
I knew that was gonna be Joey's. I knew that was gonna be your slam of the week when we watched the movie. I'm not even kidding.
That whole montage of Peter just kicking ass, like I had a big smile on my face. I was like, "This is Spider-Man! Like this is awesome." The quips, the
Spider.
Let's go.
I'm gonna go with an old song. It's a Young Thug song called Power.
I like that song.
Power.
I'm gonna go with Rubbers by Phoenix Flex. I'm not going with that song. No, I'm gonna go with a song by a little band that, you know, I think they're okay. They're all right.
My Chemical Romance?
Nah, they're called Royal Blood. I don't know if you've heard of them. They're all right. There's just this little band from Britain that's coming back with a new album.
Oh, I was about to ask.
Very excited for. Their song is, they released a new single called 10/10. which is the jam of the week. And I'm very excited for it because they announced that they wrote the album with live performance in mind and basically said that they're returning to their roots with like that really loud, aggressive, like stage rock that I fell in love with them for in the first place. So very excited for their 5th album. Stay tuned for it.
When is that?
I actually don't know. You think I'd know that, right? You
think I would Spotify?
No, they probably, Jerry, I don't pay attention to things. I see something shiny and I go, ooh, and I skipped over the details.
Yeah, I need new music. I haven't been doing that.
There we did it. That's it. Episode 299. Now listen, I don't know if you guys can do math at home, but what comes after 299 now?
21?
No, it's 300.
And that's this many.
Next week, you're going to be watching episode 300, Jesus Christ, of the Joystick Show.
Yeah.
Okay? Put that into perspective. Each one of these takes like 7 hours to make. 300 times 7, that's like 2,100 hours of my life that I've put into this fucking show. But it'd be like that. So stay tuned for a very, very special episode starring all 4 of us. We're going to be talking podcast, celebrating podcast, talking about future podcasts.
Bouncy Castle, Fun and Games,
and the Red Heel. I can promise one of those 3 things.
Red Heel, Pink Heel, Eggplant emoji, Peach emoji.
No.
Gingerbread houses and pizza making.
Thanks for watching. We got really far before things started to go off the rails. Look at that. Pretty good.
I'm trying to think of stuff. I left out a bunch of vacation stuff, but one guy did walk into frame while I was trying to take a photo of my wife, and I referred to him as Tubby Maguire.
Oh, do you have that picture?
No.
Oh, man.
It's on her phone.
Can you send me that picture and I can Photoshop a random guy in front of it? Okay, cool. We'll do that.
You just have Tubby Maguire swing like Spider-Man.
I could do that.
He didn't even look like Spider-Man. He just was wearing red. It was like, I don't even know why. It was kind of me.
That's where the name came from.
And honestly, he was only in the frame for 1 second, so it wasn't even that bad. I'm sorry, Tubby. I'm very sorry.
Sorry, Tubby.
Sorry, Tubby.